What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and here is another Pokemon Sun and Moon Showdown OU battle for you guys. This was another battle I had using my modified team. Instead of using Shiinotic, I have the Lilligant for a faster way to put things to sleep and also wear things down. With Toxic and Leech Seed. Still got my Toxapex, which I think this time it has Haze, I believe. I think this one still has Haze, or it still has a Baneful Bunker, one of the two. Still have my Banded Mudsteel, still have my Choice Scarf Arcanine, my Kartana, and my Mixed Komao. So my opponent has a pretty strong looking team, pretty strong looking pre-bank team. Again, these teams are all pre-bank, as of this point. So, as of the time I recorded this, which was around, as of the time I had this battle, which was probably around December. I think it was December actually. But my opponent has a Garchomp, a Mamoswine, a Porygon Z, Celesteela, Ditto, and Dhelmise. Now this game was actually really close and was really fun too. Because again, like it was kind of hard to well, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna save it for after the battle and save my commentaries then for it. For what I have to say after it. But anyways, let's get into this battle. Again, this battle was something. It was so fun. But let's get into it. So my opponent starts off with Celesteela, as I start off with my Lilligant. Predicting him to maybe start off with maybe Mamo or with the Celesteela anyway. So I put Celesteela to sleep, which is great. That means that, well, one, I can't put anything else on this team to sleep. And two, that also gives me an opportunity to get up a Leech Seed and potentially break a Focus Sash on his Mamoswine as that does come in, and go for the Stealth Rock. So I bring in my Kartana. He's pretty much forced to bring Celesteela back in. Actually, no, I'm lying. He went into Dhelmise. I went for Stegosaur just in case he went into the Dhelmise. Just in case he went into the Celesteela. But he's gonna go for a Power Whip, and that Power Whip is gonna do a lot actually. But Black Sledge is able to bring me back up. He's gonna go for the Power Whip. He's gonna miss. He's actually gonna miss like twice. As you're gonna see, he's gonna miss another one. Unfortunately for him, I get up 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, which is gonna be pretty good for me. So I'm gonna go into Kartana as he goes for the Power Whip right here. So I actually made a questionable play and went for Defog. I actually want to pause right here on that play. I think I went Defog right there because well, I had to go Defog because I didn't want Arcanine to be weakened from hazards, because Arcanine was pretty important in this match. So it was actually very important in this match. So I really wanted to get rid of those Stealth Rocks and stop him from setting them up. But at the cost of that, I did lose having an opportunity to toxic things. I should have just went for the Smart Strike anyway. Just weaken this Dhelmise as much as I can. But again, you're going to see what's going to happen to Kartana at this point. So he goes for the Anchor Shot, and that forces me in. I go for the Smart Strike. That's going to do around half. That's going to do almost half, doing 49%. He goes for Anchor Shot again. I can't leave, so pretty much I'm forced to try and take out this Dhelmise. And the next Smart Strike is not enough, and he's able to finish me off with an Anchor Shot. So that's pretty bad, because basically what that means is that I can't set up hazards. I can't get rid of hazards with Defog anymore. So he's going to bring in Garchomp on the Flare Blitz. So good play on his part. Flare Blitz is going to do a good amount. It's going to do a decent amount to it. Going to go for my going to bring in Mudsteel on the switch in. He's going to eat that Earthquake after the stamina boost. So he brings in the Celesteela. I actually predict that and go for the Superpower. So Superpower is going to do basically over half. So I'm pretty much forced to switch out. Got to go into Arcanine. He does not wake up, which is great for me. But he is going to bring the Garchomp back in. But I'm still going to go for Flare Blitz and weaken this as much as I can. So he is gonna hit me with rough skin damage and such, but he's also gonna get burned, which is great for me actually. So I'm gonna switch out my Arcanine, gotta bring in my Toxapex as he goes for the Earthquake. Earthquake does around 34%, so basically Toxapex is in here and is able to stay. So he's gonna bring in the Celesteela. I go for Toxic Spikes again, wanting to whittle down this team as much as I can. So I actually switch out and I go into Arcanine. Honestly, this was a bad I think this, now that I think about this play right here, bringing in Arcanine, this was kind of a bad play because, I mean, well, one, Garchomp's poisoned, so that means he would have to switch into it, and well, that would just weaken my Arcanine even more. I probably should have just, stayed in and just went for another layer of Toxic Spikes, but anyways, he's gonna, bring in Celesteela, Protect fails, brings in Garchomp, as I bring in my Lilligant. You go for the Giga Drain, and that Garchomp is gone. So great, that is great. So basically, I can bring in Arcanine for free and don't have to worry about anything like that. So he's gonna bring in the Mammo. I go for the Giga Drain, and I am able to outspeed it and take out the Mamoswine, which is great for me because that means no hazards for him. But he brings in Porygon Z and goes for the and gets his +1 special attack boost because of download. But unfortunately, he does take out my Lilligant. At this point, I was thinking that he could have been, I mean, the way he brought it in kind of made me think, oh wait, is he Z conversion? Because that's what's been pretty common as of this point. But I'm gonna switch on my Arcanine. Gonna bring in my Mudsteel. He goes for Tri Attack. I'm gone. So Mudsteel drops. Basically, at this point, I have to rely on Kommo-o and Arcanine to bring me back. So he's gonna bring in the Celesteela. I go for the Clanging Scales, doing like no damage to that Celesteela. So that told me that his Celesteela was definitely 110% special defensive. I go for the Focus Blast. Still does a good amount to it though. So maybe he was physically defensive, most likely, with some special defense investment. But he's gonna get the Leech Seed off on me, which is gonna suck. I'm actually go for the Autonomize, predicting his Protect, so that way I can outspeed it the next turn. But Celesteela is gonna get up to the point where another Focus Blast will allow it to live. So I go for Focus Blast. I don't miss. Does almost takes out the Celesteela. But again, at this point, he's just gonna Protect and Leech Seed and such. So I'm gonna switch out, gonna go into Arcanine, predicting his Protect, which he does go for. And right here, I think I actually went for the... Okay, so he brings in Ditto. I predict that, and I go for the Close Combat right here. So I go Close Combat. That does over half, which is amazing for me. Now I could have risked it, and I could have just went for Close Combat again, but I really didn't want to because I didn't want to risk the Speed tie. So anyways, he's gonna go for Close Combat on my switching into Toxapex, and that is not gonna help him. He's gonna switch out. He's pretty much forced to switch out. I go for a Scald. Maybe trying to get a burn on the Celesteela, but nope, no burns for me, and that kind of sucks. So he's gonna get off a Leech Seed. I go for a Scald, and I still don't get the burn. So yeah, he's gonna get back to pretty much full. Well, not full, but he's gonna get more health back. I go Arcanine. He goes Leech Seed again, predicting the switch in. So he's playing Celesteela really safely. So again, I'm forced to switch out. I have to go into Kommo-o as I predict another Protect. So he is gonna be back to pretty much where he was before when I hit the Focus Blast last time. So I go for it again. He's at 14. He's a little bit lowered now. So at this point, he tries to predict me to switch back out, but instead I just go for Focus Blast anyway, and Celesteela drops right there, which is great for me. He brings in the Ditto, and he is gonna outspeed and such. He is gonna win the Speed tie right here, which was actually very, very crucial that he won that Speed tie. If he actually knew, if my Kommo-o outsped him, then I could have. Then basically Arcanine would have a way to deal. Then Ditto would have been. The Porygon Z would have been left, and that could have easily been dealt with Arcanine. But again, most of those are usually Choice Scarfs, so maybe the fact that he outsped my my Kommo-o didn't really matter. But still, most of those do do run Choice Scarf, so probably that play didn't really matter too much. He was gonna take me out anyway, so probably I think a better play would have been for me to go into the Toxapex. Since he was gonna switch into Ditto anyway, I should have just done that instead. But that way I could have saved my Como. But anyways, let's continue. So he's gonna be weakened by the poison. I bring in my Toxapex now, and he's pretty much forced to switch right back out into the Porygon Z. And he also gets a special attack boost, which is very, very bad. But pretty much I just have to stall him out as much as I can with Baneful Bunker, bring him even lower down. So he's going for Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is not going to hit because of the Baneful Bunker. He goes for it again, and that is going to destroy my Toxapex. And again, he is still going to be whittled down. So I bring in Arcanine, go for the close combat. That is gone. So the close combat is gone. And he brings in the Ditto, and pretty much it's all up to speed tie, and he wins the speed tie, and that is a GG. So my opponent played this game very safely, with the Celesteela and all. He definitely got me with the Porygon Z, because again I thought it was going to be a Z conversion Porygon Z, but instead it was actually a Choice Specs one, which is definitely still a threat, but Porygon Z with Z conversion is very threatening, so I was really prepared for that. But he didn't show it, which I was like, okay, well, fine. You didn't have to show the true power of Z conversion Porygon Z. Of Z conversion Porygon Z. But yeah, I think I played this game pretty well though. With the Lilligant, I think I played pretty well around it. I just didn't play too well around that Porygon Z. That Porygon Z really got me. Because again, you'd expect it to be a Z conversion one, but nah, he got me right there with it. Also with the Kartana play, I feel like I could have played that one better. Since basically I would have taken hits from the Dhelmise, since Kartana does have really good defense. I think it's like base 109, somewhere around that. I think it actually is base 109. No, its speed is base 109. Its defense is like, I don't know its defense exactly, but I know it could take a hit though. It could definitely take physical hits. But I think honestly I should have just stayed in. I mean, I shouldn't have went for the defog, because then I could have easily wore down the Ditto and everything else. But again, still good game to my opponent. This was a very fun game, and next time my team will be modified again to being the current team as I showed on my team builder. So again, leave a like and comment for more Pokemon Showdown content and more content and other content on my channel, and I will see you then. So take care and have a good one.